Hey Papper people, you want to hear some controversial, some stuff that'll raise your hackles? Communism versus capitalism. Big government versus no government. Muhammad versus Jesus versus atheism. Sorry I left you out of this one, Buddha. My bad.
Abortion, vaccination, free speech, Republicans, Democrats, gun rights.
And there's room for plenty more. But how about this one? Auto CPAP versus just regular CPAP. I see it. I see the comments all the time. They're everywhere. That old Jason, that thick Jason, he says some wacky stuff. Jason's crazy. He doesn't like APAP. And it's true. I don't like auto titrating CPAP. Kind of. That's not entirely true. This time I'm going to provide some evidence as to why I don't like it. Let's cut to the chase. I don't like auto titrating CPAP because it adds one more variable that causes disruption in sleep. You don't believe me? I'm going to show you some evidence pretty soon, not right now. Now let me first describe my position on this. I do like auto titrating CPAPs for two reasons. One reason is that most auto titrating CPAPs are data capable, which means that you get great information, you get great detail that you can use and you can view on Oscar to optimize your CPAP performance. Hella boring, I know what I just said. So boring, a couple of you probably nodded off. Wake up, wake up. Now Oscar is a free program. You can find it at sleepfiles.com/Oscar. And I'm gonna show you some graphs from there because that's where the sweet data is. Devil's always in the details. So most of them are compatible with Oscar. That's one reason why I like them. The other thing is, in the system that we are in, when you're diagnosed with sleep apnea, you're given a CPAP machine. That machine is always an auto titrating CPAP machine, which is fine, that's cool. There's been a huge push to go to home sleep testing, which, whatever. People are diagnosed with a home sleep test. You can argue whether they're good or bad. I have my reasons why I think most are kind of terrible if you're doing a type 3. That's just the way it is. And you're not even going into a sleep lab. You're having a home sleep study outside of the lab. Then they give you an auto titrating CPAP machine to take home and use at home. I don't really have a giant problem with that for most people. The problem is they put you on a pressure of 4 to 20 or 5 to 20. Tell me I'm lying. That's pretty much what they do. This still isn't inherently bad. What is bad is if you're still on that auto titrating giant range of pressures a month out. That's horrible. The problem is people are starting off at a pressure of 5 centimeters of water pressure while they're struggling to get up to the pressure that they need to be. You also have a problem of false positives and false negatives. Look, these are machines. They're not the smartest things in the world. They take data that they're getting from you, your feedback, they're interpreting it as whatever, a hypopnea, an apnea, whatever, and they're making pressure changes based on that. Now, these pressure changes can be from inaccurate data, misinterpretation of data as well. It can also be further muddied by things such as mask leaks and mouth leaks. It's a mess.
Editing Jason here. A third reason I'm not a big fan of auto titrating CPAPs is that they are not proactive. Instead, they are reactive. So, meaning you have to have an apnea or a hypopnea before they're going to increase. Now, this isn't a scenario where you are having a true hypopnea or a true obstructive apnea. You have to have that first, and then the machine will react to it. Not exactly great for sleep consolidation, as you're going to be struggling, suffering through those periods all throughout the night.
Let's just take a look at some data and let me show you exactly what I mean.
So those of you not familiar with Oscar, this is it. We have the flow rate, which is the breathing. We have the pressure. We have the leak data. Then we have flagged events. And here we have, you can see that light blue. They're calling that an obstructive apnea. So look, so the patient here who I'm doing a PAP analysis with is going to remain quiet. But also look at this. We have the breathing, which is perfectly fine. Everything's fine. Dude just wakes up, and then all of a sudden you get this post-arousal central that the APAP machine is miscategorizing as an obstructive apnea. This is not one, but look what it tells the algorithm to do. Let's jack up the pressure. Good. It's going to stay high until, guess what? We have the person just wakes up again, and the machine is saying that this is something. It's calling this something, so it jacks up the pressure one more time. Does it again. The guy's just waking up. He's probably waking up because the pressure keeps getting jacked up, but in jacking up the pressure, it's causing him to wake up, which is causing the pressure to jack up even more. So now it's really high, Wakes up again, another post-arousal central, miscategorized again as an obstructive apnea, and now we are even higher. So now look at the sleep is all disrupted. All this is wake. He's like, oh my God, Jesus, hell, this is too much. Oh, I can't take it. So eventually he just, look, it's popping leaks everywhere all of a sudden. Not a good situation. And now if we zoom out on the backside of that, you can see how sleep is disrupted. You have this almost like an over titration occurring here briefly. The pressure does finally drop back down. But then look at this. Goes into REM sleep, which he's doing fine, but the machines detect these variability things in REM sleep and starts increasing the pressure, thinking that they're actual hypopneas, when in fact they're not. Now, using an auto titrating CPAP long-term, yeah, I don't like, but for the short term, you can use it diagnostically. You can figure out when someone's in REM sleep, what pressure they need when they're in REM sleep. You can figure out if they sleep on their back or side and kind of make those determinations. But look, it gives you a large sampling base. So in this, it's okay. So what I'm saying is for the short term, APAP is good. Sure, sleep's not optimal, but you can use that to reference in Oscar and find out what the best static pressures are for you. That is what I'm saying. Long-term bad, short-term good. Can we agree on that? No? Okay.
Hopefully you see my point. I'm not such a crackpot after all. I think in general, we as human sleepers are kind of pussies when we sleep. I don't think we like a lot of variability. I think we're still wired that we're sleeping in a cave or under a bush and we're expecting a bear or some kind of a massive animal with fangs and claws to come and try to rip us to shreds as we sleep. So any variability, I feel like we're just kind of programmed to ping awake. We're always kind of on alert, right? We're not like the superior dolphin that sleeps with half the brain. Sleeping, but I'm always kind of paying attention. We're not like that. We are chi-chis up as we sleep and we're very vulnerable. So I think that any variability in what we're doing as we're sleeping is in general a problem. Hopefully you let the data speak for yourself, open your mind, maybe watch the video again and try to see if this makes sense to you. If you want, because I know some of this stuff is difficult, if you want to do a PAP therapy analysis with me, you can do so. Check out my website. It is axgsleepdiagnostics.com. You have a one-on-one session with me. I'll go through your data, take a look at it, see what we can figure out, see what we can do to optimize your sleep, and hopefully make you more productive in life. With that said, leave a comment in the comment section down below of what you think of this, whether you think I'm still a crackpot or not. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and if you give a thumbs down, YouTube kind of disabled that, so I can still see them, but really no one knows, so it's kind of stupid. Personally like the feedback, YouTube. I wish you would re-enable the thumbs down button so all can see. I'm fine with being shamed publicly. Sometimes I need it. So come on, YouTube, bring it back. That's all I got for now. If you want to do so, I would really appreciate it if you use my Amazon affiliate link. Every time you're shopping Amazon, I have a bunch of other sweet links in the description box down below. And really, I just appreciate you watching. Thank you. Bye.
Wow, you've got yourself a stinky mask. Pick up some Mask Bright today. Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks, buddy, to Patricia Espelong, Ray Troutman, Sarvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, Matthew Lilly, and Mona Swearingen. And thank you to my other level Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members.